Hello, this is Zedis. Welcome back to another Mario Maker 2 video, clearing more Uncleared 2021 levels. I have the usual 5 for you today. Last time I looked, there were about 35,000 levels left, so we're already nearing the end before I even start. The Super Mario Bros. 1 level is a Japanese level that usually scares me. Not that Japan doesn't make some fine levels, they do, obviously. But I swear to God, there's a national contest in Japan to make the worst possible level. This one's not too bad. Not quite alike. There are definitely times I consider booing it, but it's a decent level for sure. I like the second half of it better than I like the first half. But the first half, which obviously that's where we are now, it's not too bad. We have some dry bowl jumps on some saws. Those can be kind of annoying. I'm ignoring the coin indicator right now. You see that there is a coin indicator on that saw. I'm probably doing that because I hate jumping off of saws like that with dry bowl or Yoshi, whatever one. Hit that question block, it gives me a shelmet. I want to try to be clever here, but it was a bad idea because this is just going to screw me over. One thing I really don't like about this level is this part where you have to go through the thwomps every time you start over, because you have to do, they're low enough where you have to do it individually, you can't just go, so it takes a while, and I did speed this part up a little bit. Yeah, it takes a long while. I'm on the other side of this, and there are actually some really difficult parts of this. Like I said, this jumping off of these saws is not super easy. The angle is very weird, and you know, if you mess up, you die basically. So I mean, that's fine. It's not that long, but it did take me quite a few tries to get through this. I think the whole level didn't take me that much more than like 10 minutes, but yeah, this part's tough. And here you'll see me pause it. It's because I thought I was done, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot I had a shelmet on as well. So I unpause it, I run through the other saw, but they do want to take all that stuff away. Second half is an upward auto scroller that kind of plays with all the Mario 1 power-ups, or not all of them, but several of them. One level for each power-up, basically, or 1 or 2 levels, I guess. Two levels. Want to ground slam that. I'm messing up really bad here. We want to sword these springs up. I got stuck the first time. Get the Mario 2 power-up. I was trying to run through those clouds. I didn't realize that there was a one-way there. Obviously, there's a one-way, because the whole point is you have to dig the clouds up. Yeah, he just wants to play with some Mario 1 power-ups, but this is a pretty fun section, really. It's not very long. Nothing really to do with the first section. But I kind of like this section better. He's just playing around with some stuff. I guess the first section was playing with some shelmet power-ups, shelmet in the dry bowl. Yeah, I had some really awkward jumps, and I think I do leave a comment about that some of those jumps were really awkward. After we have a Mega Mushroom, and then we have the my least favorite power-up in the whole game. Personally, I'd rather even have like the Goomba mask. The Game Boy Super Ball power-up. I can get a key with that, and thankfully I'm not on a timer there because the auto scroll does stop. I kind of like that setup. It's kind of like a carnival game. I've seen that kind of thing before. Very easy though, you can't really lose. But that's it. Yeah, not a bad level. I left it neutral. I probably lean towards the like. If some of those dry bowl jumps weren't so awkward, I would have liked it probably. Yeah, I had a checkpoint in a good spot. It totally wasn't unfair. I just think some of those saw jumps can be so awkward, and he doesn't make it in a way that's less awkward. He makes it as awkward, not as awkward as possible, but pretty awkward. Mario 3, Hashtag GGR. I swear to God, the Mario 3, I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, was also a hashtag DGR level. This, literally, I'm not even going to cut anything out of this one. It took me like 2 minutes. I do die a handful of times. You see, I got blocked off because I waited. The first thing, there's some mechanism that's doing on-off up there, so I have to go get through this door. We have some kind of tough P-switch jumps, and I hurt myself. And I do boo it there, but there's other... It's not really the reason I booed it. I was kind of already planning on it, just because some of the stuff I've seen, it just seems like a mess. There are death doors later on, too, so I don't... definitely don't feel that guilty about that. Right here, death door. Pick a door situation. Yeah, that's an automatic boo for me. If you have a random door that kills you immediately, that's not fair. Oh, I didn't even notice that one block is gone right there. Depending on the on-off switch state, but you can't see it because of the bobbing airship thing. By the way, I just played through the entirety of Super Mario Bros. 3. So much different than the Mario Maker version, but less different than Super Mario World is, I think. I can barely even play Super Mario World. Super Mario 3 actually does feel... It feels a lot smoother in Super Mario Maker, though. So I have a POW. I see this. I need a coin. And I get the coin, but I rush too fast, and then I'm stuck up here, and I'm like... I doubt that does anything but kill me, so I'll just start over. I know how to beat it, now I'll just get the coin and go backwards. So yeah, very easy level. Probably only expert level. I don't remember what the clear percentage is when I beat it. I don't need any of that stuff up there. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, all I have to do is get that coin when the P-switch runs out, or the P-switch runs out, and then I can go backwards and. I don't know why. He probably should have put a coin block there to block me off. And then I might have had more level later on. I don't know. It's a stupid level anyway. I did skip a Super Mario Bros. 3 Kaizo level that I got that was just a huge mess. It was a shell jump level, but it was a huge mess, and I couldn't figure out what to do. There's a lot of waiting around. Super Mario World level, when I played this one, I was like... It's just gonna be the clear. This is gonna be the hardest level this video, but it ended up not being. Just the clear on this one because you can get really far in this one and mess up. But this is a classic clear condition. Way too long, so there's no checkpoint. Very unnecessary clear condition. Although I mean I guess it's part of level. If this was just a normal level, it might be okay. I don't know. You have to go looking for these buzzy beetles. Very easy to miss. The thing that initially got me to boo it, in fact I was trying to boo it even before I was dead, was this part right here. You have to keep going back, and then you've got to find these. There's only 3 buzzy beetles in this section. But you have to keep going backwards. And then there's this section ends on a really awkward jump that I had to keep doing over, and you can reset it, thankfully, right here with these bumpers. I've cried about bumpers so many times. And you see me do it well there. First of all, there are power-ups, but if you're big, you can't do that jump. So I tried forever to get through that jump with the power-up. It doesn't work. There is a hidden power-up in this room. You could call it a dev mushroom. You don't need it, though. Yeah, there are power-ups in the previous section that I just skipped. Just a lot of bumper bouncing around, and it's awkward. Grab that guy with Yoshi, kill him. Make sure to kill that Yoshi. Yeah, this is one that you get like 3 minutes into and then die because there's a really awkward jump on a bumper or something, and then you'd have to start the whole level over again. It's really frustrating. But I have been through it like 20 times already, so I don't know how many lives this actually took me. I forgot to look. We ditch Yoshi there, but we can get another one over here. I'm like primed to do the stage at this point. I have been through it so many times, and I died on a really bad jump the previous life. I like to eat those wigglers, so they're out of my way. But yeah, you do need Yoshi here. There is a Yoshi later on that I could bring back here if I had lost this Yoshi. But you kind of need a Yoshi to get to this section anyway. There is a fire flower over there. Did I? Maybe I already have one. I don't remember. You don't need... Fire flowers aren't going to help you. The only enemies are wigglers and buzzy beetles, so you can't really do much. There's a star here. I'm going to save that for the next room, because if I get it in this room, I have trouble getting into this pipe. Right here, you're pretty safe, because if you lose Yoshi, you can get him back. What I like to use the star for is up here, there's a wiggler that makes it really hard to get up to this platform, but you'll see, because I mess up here, not here quite, but yeah, there's some really difficult jumps on this level, and yeah, you're in this. Oh, so yeah, the wiggler fell on me, and so I lost my Yoshi. And I'm thinking I gotta go get another one. There's a really hard jump that I think you can do without Yoshi, but Yoshi makes it 100 times easier. So we're gonna go back to get another Yoshi. Thankfully, there's just one of this pipe down here. We'll get our butts back in here. God, those bumpers are the worst item in the game, I swear to God. For platforming, anyway. So you'll see why I killed this guy with a star up here now. This guy makes it so hard to get over here. It's because you can't, when you're bouncing up, you can't see where he is, but you have to do a high bounce. So I actually hit him and turned him red. That means it's going to hover right around where I want to jump. So I'm going to reset the room and turn him back to normal. Yeah, oh man, this level, the setups on this level are just garbage. Yeah, this one took me about an hour and 10 minutes to beat, honestly. I got really far at first. There's nothing, like I said, the unfair part is the bumper jumps. They're just really awkward and stupid. And just some really difficult jumps in general. He also... You're always worried about a level like this. I knew a Yoshi was in here. I've already been through it. To the right, I thought I lost one time because I went to the right. But it actually is nothing. There's nothing down there. I lost one time because I couldn't find one of the buzzy beetles, and I thought, oh my god, that must be in the hidden block somewhere. And so I looked in the program. I looked all over the place, and we'll see it at the end. But there's another Yoshi through this pipe, thankfully, because we need him. And I got an extra Yoshi for accidentally, I think. I don't think I meant to grab that other Yoshi. But, you know, better have two than one. Yeah, in Super Mario World, you can look right through the walls. You can't do that in the NSMBU style. So I went back looking for this guy. I thought for sure he was in that section to the right in the previous room, but he wasn't. He was over here. Terrible level, really. It doesn't look that bad, I guess, if you are just watching it, but those bumper jumps are really bad. And there are just several really awkward jumps that can kill you after you've already been playing it for like minutes at a time. So what is the 5-minute clear condition level? No checkpoint. Yeah, not happy about that. The other person who posted, you see this room right here on the sketch? That's the room that I skipped. That I thought there was something. There's a spring over there, but you don't need the spring because you can abandon the Yoshi pretty easily. Onto the NSMBU level. This is a don't leave the ground level, but it's also a jump, stay in the air level. Both sections are kind of garbage, honestly. Yeah, not a very good level either. The first section is pretty simple. Although there's a POW, and I kind of, at one point I thought I must need the POW, but you don't. And I thought maybe I was supposed to jump at this point, but Nah, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to stay on the ground. We gotta go through an annoying green snake block section, which are especially bad and don't touch the ground levels. It's very hard to do a good don't leave the floor level. I don't even think I could even count on one whole hand. I think that's more than I need to count the amount of good levels I played in this genre. But yeah, you see all this spam and all these arrows. These arrows don't... They kind of mean something, but it's hard to understand, so you kind of just have to keep playing this and learning where it's going to go and where these bombs are going to go. Because it's always the same, I guess. Well, it depends on when you activate it, I suppose. But yeah, you have to make sure you're on the front of it when it goes up, and you don't always know that. It is a speedrun level technically. There's a timer, a 100-second timer, but it's not tight, so you don't have to worry about that. Very awkward jump here. Very hard to tell where you're supposed to jump from. Wish he had kind of indicated that, but I had to try it several times, and then I obviously had to go through the snake block section multiple times. But yeah, right there before those spikes is probably where you want to go. This is also a little awkward. It's hard to get up that high, but it's not too bad. This is the final life. I did die several times doing these parts. Yeah, kind of a lame level. I like the jumping part better than the stay on the ground part, though, obviously. Yeah, all in all, pretty forgettable. I think I had a lot of tries before I even got there, but it's over 100. I'm sure I died 15 times on that level, maybe. Died a lot to those bombs trying to figure out where they're gonna... So the 3D world level ended up being the hardest one this time. There's one extremely awkward jump. At some point, trying to get through this first section, the really hard jump is right up front, which is pretty nice because I was trying to do it and I was having a lot of trouble figuring it out, and then I was like, okay, well, let me look at the rest of the level, because if this is that hard, I want to see if I can actually do the rest of the level. So these P-switch jumps, you notice that there's a low ceiling, right? You have to Z jump on it. If you try to normal jump, you're not going to make it that far, so it's a Z jump, a long jump. Obviously you're supposed to hit all three, so you have to Z jump off each one. The timing on that is not easy. You see, I got it there. I'm sure it took me 20 different tries. But even like after I got it a couple of times, I got it like 3 times right in a row, and then there's one block gap that I have to get through on this swamp. Yeah, even after I got those P-switch jumps, I lost it, and I had to figure out a new way, and you'll see it right here is how I eventually figured it out. The real trick is you have to let the second P-switch fall a little bit. You can't go right away. If you go right away, you hit the ceiling and bounce off. A little bit of a low spring drop there. That's kind of a cool trick. It's not that hard. A lot of this level I kind of like. I don't like that P-switch jump, and I did boo it just for that because I thought that was way too hard, just way too awkward. There's plenty of good reason to boo it, and you'll see. This is one of those levels where the person who made it just thinks they're the hottest shit, and that kind of pisses me off. I mean, I've made hard levels just to challenge myself before. And just I want some really... I have a lot of really hard levels, honestly, but I don't know. Sometimes you do stuff that's like way too awkward, and you've perfected it, and this is the final run of the first section, by the way, I think. Yeah, the P-switch jumps killed me. Probably 90% of my deaths on this level were from those P-switch jumps. Very awkward, very hard to figure out. The timing is extremely difficult. He does, so he has the flag up there. I knew it was blocked off because I had looked in the program at this point. There was one thing I really wish I had seen in the program when I was looking, but I did not notice it. And there it is. This is the most obnoxious softlock I've ever experienced. Purposeful softlock. What a fucking troll. No way to kill yourself. I did cut to the end of this death, but just think about where that is. Right after the checkpoint of a very difficult level. There's other difficult stuff further on. Not a very easy troll to miss either. You have to really awkwardly jump up here. But you're fighting through the rest of the level. What are the chances that you're gonna forget about that shit and hit it again? With the timer at full time, like almost 300 seconds. Pretty good chances, right? Well, thankfully I'm smarter than him, so I didn't do it again. But I easily could have. So you got some mask platforming, not that hard really. The first section is way harder than the second section. This took me a while to figure out. I really didn't get what I was supposed to do, but it's not that hard at all. But yeah, at first I was like, man, what I have to like jump between here and jump off, and I messed up and died. So this is the full run of the second section. There's not much more past where I last died. Whoops. Absolutely, I hit that block again. I told myself I wasn't gonna do it. I said there's no way I'm gonna make that mistake again. I was more angry than I've ever been. But you know what? It gave me a few minutes to watch TikTok videos or whatever. I was not happy about that shit. Oh my god, I was not happy. This, I do believe, is the final run. You wouldn't do that 3 times, right? Yeah, second section. That P-switch jump is, I would say, like 90% of the challenge of this level. But it is pretty hard otherwise. This is, you know, I really wish this was a better level. Like I said, those P-switch jumps are way too... I don't know. I guess I've never had anyone do P-switch jumps with Z-jumps before. I guess I've never seen that, but it is really difficult. I did die here once. I did not die here any times. I got that pretty good. This is the end right here. He does actually put another Kaizo block right here. But at least you could go back and kill yourself. I think maybe there might have been Kaizo blocks above that pipe too, or under that pipe too. Yeah, painful level, very hard. That softlock is unconscionable. So if you've made it this far, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.